Hello. Can you hear?
Hello, everybody.
Hi. I don't know if I've met you, JJ. Have I met you?
I guess not yet.
Where are you from?
And I'm from Switzerland.
Switzerland. Cool.
Yes, yes,
Mid
yes.
Firefly. What happened
How,
to?
how about you? Where are you from?
I'm in Edmonton.
All right, Canada.
Yes. Yeah. Snowy Canada. Well,
Right,
probably
right.
snowy. Where are you in Are you in Switzerland? Is that what you said?
Yes, I am. Yes, it's not snowing. Actually, we have a wonderful, absolutely amazing sunset right now. It's like golden. It's right now. It's like I have to see that. Just give me a moment. Give me a second. This is amazing.
Wow.
Let me just enjoy that for a moment. So I don't know if you can see now, you cannot see it, right? It's like
You'd
black
have to
now.
take your oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, beautiful.
So it's like really golden right now.
Wow.
Give me, give me just a minute to enjoy that. That's it. This is it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And it goes so quick, right? It's like
It goes so quick, it's fleeting, isn't it? So you enjoy it while you can.
while you see the sunrise, I'll see the sunset here.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. What time is it there?
Just past 5 p.m.
Oh, and here it is 9 o'clock.
Oh, that's
Beautiful.
a
So
good morning then for you.
yeah. Have you been in the group for a while, JJ? Do you go by
Um,
JJ?
Yes, JJ is good. Yes. Yeah, in the group for since I went to the UPW in Germany.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't attend the call so frequent because 5 p.m. is I'm mostly somewhere on the way or working or I don't know what, it's
Yeah.
um but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
So today I have no other plans than just enjoy this call.
Oh, so have you been to a lot of Tony courses?
Only the UPW.
And what was your experience like?
It was good. It was great.
9 o'clock.
Some Someone is in the background there, right?
Sorry, that was my phone.
All right.
I,
Okay. That's it.
I don't know if
Yeah, it
Eric's
was.
had a hard time or
I
not.
mean,
Anyway,
the let me just write down a sentence. It's just something comes to my mind. I have to write it down.
love that.
So I made some papers here for every day.
Oh, that's so good. What do you do with them?
So what I'm doing is I have some like motivation papers here,
Okay. Oh,
and I have about how many? Like 15 now.
oh,
And
wow.
for example, like the when I get up, I just take one of the papers and it says like, this week I will do a meditation every day for at least 15 minutes.
Oh,
So then
wow.
so this is like something I, pin to my wall. And then for this week, this is
Ah,
my,
beautiful.
so I don't have to, it's already there. So I don't have to think about something for the day, right? Or for example, another thing is, let's see. In the next 10 days, I read a book. every day
Ah,
one part until the end.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, it's funny this when I got up this morning, I came up with kind of well, I'm still working on it, like 12 uh commitments for
Right?
2025.
Good. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and so one of the things on there was read and meditate daily. I mean, I already do that pretty much.
Yeah.
I want to just because I can be inconsistent.
Yeah. I
So
know
I
that
yeah.
very
So
well.
sort of just like I made a note of that because
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a cool idea.
And
And
another one is, I mean, I have a few of these, and it's just things just come to mind. For example, today I call three people that I know, right?
ah,
That's just
I love
like,
that. I'm writing these down just because I think they are really great. It's just like another, reminder
right.
of
Yeah.
how we can
Yeah.
do better in that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Another one is, I like this one here. This one I've been missing for a long time. Today is what we call a digital detox day.
oh my
No,
God, my heart
no
just kind of
phone,
dropped when you said that.
no phone, no computer for 24 hours. This is like something.
Oh, what if you pick that one day when you're like, ooh, I have a bunch of work to do today. What would you
I don't know
do?
yet. That will be the
Huh?
challenge. I don't know yet, but it will be. So
Oh, that's great.
maybe I call in sick or something.
Yeah, Colin's good.
For another one is like this week I eat vegetarian, right?
Oh, those are really cool.
And another
And
one, what's that?
what are these things? What are these things?
Oh, yeah, maybe explain, JJ, what you
Oh,
do.
these are just like motivation um, papers. I just made a few of them, like write it down, and this is something I try to do or I do for the new year. For this year I will follow as good as I can and see how I can improve myself with these um,
Okay,
motivation.
then yeah, I'll keep listening. Sorry.
I have another one that says which is really I like. I did it in the past already, so I wrote it down. Today I spend no money. Period. Today I spent no money, and I have
I
to
love
organize
that. I
myself
love
accordingly,
that.
right?
There's no going over to Starbucks and getting a coffee.
No,
You're just gonna
no,
have
no.
to make it yourself.
Then I do one at home, for example. That's the
No, I love that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's great. Thanks for sharing.
So, and I have a few more. I have a few more, but this is what just came to my mind in the like today. I wrote it down today, but I have more in mind, so I will do more of these
Yeah,
papers parts.
yeah.
So yeah,
Beautiful. Hi, guys. Hi, Eric. Were you having a hard time getting on? Or is he stuck? He's stuck. Must be having some problems. Elenita, how are you? Oh, I can't hear
thank
you.
you. You're in mute,
I'm
I
sure.
guess.
Yes. Now you can hear me, right?
I can hear
Yes.
you. Yes.
I'm fine, thank you. How are you? And I want to wish you a happy new year.
Mhm. Happy New
Thank
Year. Yay.
yes. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah. This morning I got up. Well, I meditated and then I got up and I went into the hot tub and it was just like beautiful. It was just like out there. It was still dark. It was like beautiful. It's just like such a nice way to
Right.
bring in the new year for me, right? And it's funny because we had people over last night and my daughter is in Calgary. I live in Edmonton and I was asking, she's 21, and I said, well, what are you doing tonight? And she said, well, I'm working on my vision board. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I wish I was doing that. I'm like,
Oh,
Very
she's
good.
kind of a party girl, so I was a bit surprised, but delighted that she was working on her vision board. Anyway,
so
yeah.
cool.
So I just feel like, yeah. Last night it was fun. We had the two couples over. They left by 10. It was like, yes, I still have some time. Like I'm always, lately searching just to be by myself, right? Kind of like I just want to be by myself. And I think just because maybe December tends to be just such a busy month, people are coming in. My partner's sister stays with us, and then we have people over. There's just so much going to restaurants, and I'm like, oh, I just want to be by myself. And
But
so
they
today,
didn't come to they didn't come to celebrate New Year's Eve then. They just came
no,
over.
no, they came over to celebrate New Year's, but we all had agreed because we like to go to bed early, all of us. We're like, we're just going to be there till 9:30 or 10. We're still celebrating the new year our way, right? We don't have to stay up
Ah,
till midnight. We don't have to, yeah. So it was, yeah. I mean, I love going to bed at 9, 10 o'clock because I get up so early, right? Like today, I was up at 5, right?
yes.
So, if I
No,
go to bed at 10, like I'm out of my little schedule of sleep. And so now I feel okay, December and all the fun and all the food and all the action. Now we're into the new year, and I love this time of year. Like I love what
Over.
JJ was sharing, just because it's like, yeah, right. Like that's kind of what it is. What are we planning for 2025? So Elenita, how about you? What are you excited about for 2025?
2025. Whoa. um, I'm excited because I'm going to start my full-time new business and I'm going to expand it in 2025. Mm,
Hey,
That's the most
beautiful.
important thing I'm going to be doing. Yes.
I love it. I love it. It's interesting when this morning when I was kind of going through I don't want to call them New Year's resolutions, but just more commitments. I had like 10 or 12 of them, and there was only one related to my work. And I thought that was really interesting. It
Mm-hmm.
was, it was becoming an owner, not an operator, but all of the other ones were just, my health, um, being playful, being courageous, all of that. And so different from last year when I would do I'm going to buy, 2 more properties. I'm going to, you know, go on 10 more trips or I can't remember there, it's still important because I want to travel, but I just found it interesting when I was reflecting this morning on just where I want to go in 2025. So and one of
Yeah.
the things that came up for
Yeah.
me this morning was clarity. That clarity was just kind of hitting me. Like, and so when I was able to write down sort of these commitments, I had some clarity. Like I didn't, it took me like really 3 minutes. Normally I'd have to like take a half an hour, and I'd be, racking my brain. No, they just kind of flowed out. And I found that like profound, like interesting how, when you're coming at something with a different mindset, right, you get kind of different results. And what
Well,
about you, Jay? What about your 2025?
Did you say me?
Yeah.
For
Erica's on
me,
now.
yeah.
It seemed like you were having
Oh,
problems getting on.
oh yeah, I see. Hi, Eric. Good to see
It's
you.
what I listen. I'm super curious, JJ. Please. Hi everybody. Happy New Year. I apologize. I don't know what was going on, but the yeah, it was going on. And I'm happy.
You were frozen
Happy
there.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, so Happy New Year as well from my side. Very cool. So I think for me, this year will bring a lot of interesting things to me, and also I'm sure I can bring a lot of interesting things to other people. What exactly it is, I don't know yet, but I'm pretty sure. I have some things, ideas I'm working on, and working on to be more concrete about these ideas. And this is an ongoing process right now,
Yes.
and it's very exciting. It's very exciting, and I think the last year taught me a lot about where to set priorities and where not, right? And this new year, this 2025 will be, how can I say that? Executing that and
Action.
Mhm.
yeah, action. Yeah, taking action and taking action in the direction I'm sometimes scares me a little bit, right? But at the other hand, I think everything I have done in the past, I'm very grateful for. All the things, even the the projects, the hard projects. But also, I see this is kind of a chapter that's slowly closing, right? It's something new is coming, and I just feel it. I just
Maybe
feel
it's
it.
already here.
It's already here, right? Yes.
It's already here.
I'm just working on the clear picture, but it's already there, right? Yes. Yes.
Something that shows up, brother, and I know that you were thinking of coming to Date with Destiny with Ronald when you guys had met. Maybe Ronald is also coming back for Business Mastery. So maybe something that shows up right now is really coming to be here with us all for Business Mastery, the whole group. Would be amazing to see you. I know that you were thinking about the next time, and maybe this is the next time where you get to step into the action of actually following that internal commitment where you're getting
Yeah.
to actually self accountable. So maybe this is here now for you to jump in.
Let me know when this happens. This what is it?
It's
Business
January.
Mastery?
Yeah, it's January 14th to the 22nd.
All right, I'll check it in my. Let me see. I write it down. Just give me a second.
That probably really help
But
you
I,
propel you to the next, like to getting to the next level. If you feel that this year is going to be a year of action and change, like that would definitely help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, from like where you are to, you know, kind of where you want to be. That's kind
Next
of
level.
how I see it. Yeah, just like when I went to Date with Destiny, you know, every time you do something like that, it's allowing you to step up to that next level.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I feel like every time you focus on something like this, focus on something like doing the next step, you actually really do the next step without even knowing in the first hand, right?
Yeah.
Eric,
Well,
tell
this
me
is-
again. So, sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
So I understood January 14th.
Correct. So January 14th to the 22nd, we're doing an opening day, kind of like for everyone to open up, get together, get into their hearts, really set the intention. Then we're going from the 15th to the 19th really hard with Tony. And then the 20th and 21st, we do the integration as a team. So a lot of family that has been around the environment. And of course myself and Brenda will be there to really support and guide. And then as a result, you get a clear outcome, you know, and really the clear steps of making this all a reality, the ideas into congruence. Because a lot of times we can go into business mastery at the beginning, myself included, and have like bombarded with all of this information, which is not really a bombardment, but our minds think it is because we're so stuck in the mind. And these new ideas, it's like the how, and we all of a sudden discover it's really about the who. And when you're in a room that everyone is actually available to you to serve you, the who becomes immediate, and all of a sudden you're realizing, wow, I just need to be present to my experience and everything can come to fruition immediately. So it's really just this unlocking of really going from here to here. And then as a result, everything comes right in front of you. And this is exactly what I mean by presence, where it's here now. And the choice of action allows you to move forward to that now if you choose to, because the choice is always available to us, right? What's right is available, what's wrong is available. And so it's our decision now. In the moments of decision, our destiny becomes determined. And as a result, you get to, show up. And the beautiful thing about it is you're around people that are literally living at that level of choice as well. So
And
proximity.
I took business mastery twice before, and the thing is, like, it ends and then you're like, "Ooh, okay, you got the hangover," because it's like, okay, what's next? So just, I think the 2 days after to sort of implement everything will, be a game changer for actually taking action.
Before you go into your daily, into
Before
your
you
daily
get back
routine.
into the real world, which
Yeah.
can, be a big distraction.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds like an interesting approach to this. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
think
totally
it's
makes sense to. Yeah. Sorry. Being quiet.
the thing that is offering the
Sorry, Elenita, I couldn't hear that.
I think going the is offering this will help you a lot.
We can't hear you, Anita. It's
Yeah,
very,
and it's choppy.
very choppy. Alex Jinhong, how are you? Welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. I'm
Happy
excited.
New Year.
Eric,
Happy
you
Year.
paused the recording. Did you mean to do that, or?
No, it's on. The recording is going through YouTube, so it's on.
Oh, it is. Okay. It just said paused at the top of my screen.
How is?
Hello.
Yeah, I just saw a message and I said, hey, let me just hop on. Say hi, Happy New Year. Mm.
Hello,
Good
where
to
are you?
Yeah, I'm in Georgia, Utah. It's sunshine and blue sky in the
Oh,
morning. Yeah. Yeah. How about you?
I'm in Edmonton with where Eric is.
Oh, okay. Edmonton.
We don't have a blue sky.
Edmonton is Canada, right?
That's right, Jinhong. How are? Yes, we're in Canada up here, in close to the mountains, not too far, 4 hours.
What's the nearest city?
Edmonton is the city,
Okay.
but also maybe something that you might be more aware of is Calgary and Banff.
Okay. Yeah, Calgary. So it's in what's that state? It's not a BC, it's
It's
Right
Alberta.
beside you. Yeah.
Alberta.
Right.
Alberta. Yeah, Alberta. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's
We were
beautiful.
we were just sharing our goals. Do you wanna step in and share a little bit about where you're seeing 2025 go for you?
Yeah. Thank you. Uh, really focusing on being the expression of my interest, doing a TED talk, and really become very, very good at tax planning, as an expert, and establish myself as an authority in tax planning, and then focus on my teaching at the college, and really focus on what I do best, which is but basically expressing ideas and supporting a few major clients, and then having my team focus on the operation side of it. Yeah.
Are you currently focusing a lot on the operations right now?
Not a lot, but still kind of drags me, and that's not my strength. So yeah, so this year I will my goal is merge my CPA firm into another firm that is good at operation, has more established processes and systems and teams, so that I will focus on what I do best, which is speaking and strategies. Yeah, and then more focused on serving the top clients. Yeah, use my time wisely to just kind of sharply focus on what I do best.
I'm curious because you mentioned something to do with to really try to put yourself as a authority.
Yeah.
I'm curious what makes you feel like you're not an authority right now? Because when I hear try, and when I hear that you're doing your best to be an authority, what makes you feel like you're not one already?
Thank you for catching me. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, indeed, I am already. I was thinking, more put myself out there and be bold,
Beautiful.
to be in the light, scaling up. And yes, thank you for saying that. That's really, thank you for bringing me into consciousness. I still probably have some limited belief and doubt and fear.
Do you mind if I share a little bit? Is it
Yeah.
okay if I share a bit
Please, yeah.
of what I'm observing right now?
Yeah.
So I'm observing you're still thinking a lot, which is maybe the whole thing. Because what needs to happen is, there's three levels of the mastery: is the cognitive, there's the emotional, and then there's the physical. When these things come into alignment, it's who we're being. And so my hallucination is based off of the fact that you're observing to the right and you're focusing, what's going on. You're trying to come up with these things, these ideas that you actually already know. So it's what it is a congruent pattern within yourself where trusting in actually your expression and knowing that it doesn't matter what anyone thinks, shares, whatever everyone else thinks, it doesn't matter. Just be who you are, and as a result, it gives this expression of people feeling, understanding, because what you're doing is actually in your body. It's the communication doesn't happen from the mind anymore. When the communication is not from the mind and we're expressing from our heart's wisdom, the amplifier is our mind. right? So remember, it's not this positive bullshit that people are saying. And so one of the things that I love the most, it's actually intelligence. And intelligence is seeing things as they are, not worse than they are. This is like the most profound, because most people will look at things and say, "Oh, I haven't done this, this, and this." However, what about all the amazing things that you have done? And building on that is actual confidence. Building on that is actual creating so much more, because we can build on success so much faster. It's about owning it. And what I'm observing is, again, my hallucination is what I'm seeing. And I can't read your mind, but I can read your body language. And so I'm very visual, right? I can see things that most people may not be able to.
You're right
So
on. You're right on. I appreciate it very much.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like my mind is like yesterday I let one of the person go. Then after that, I start doubt myself. I start to feel like I'm, like almost like killing somebody. And I felt that I start to question myself, did my perception, is this my own projection? Or am I thinking too, not accurately judging the person? So, yeah, and then it's like, I didn't feel well, after letting the person go. I feel like I made a mistake like that.
What makes you say that?
Um, when I expressed how I felt, how I experienced it with her, and then she spoke up about how she felt, and then I actually felt that she was, responding gracefully and having good suggestions, kind of, bring in, pointing out my blind spots. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
And so is that why you let her go? Because she's pointing out the blind spots?
No. I let her go because I think she has integrity issues, and she pointed out my blind spots after I told her to let it go. Uh, yeah.
So one thing that I always share, and if you don't mind, if I continue, I'll just I've seen
Yeah.
so much, and I feel like this will be added value to everybody. Is when we point or when we see integrity issues in other people, it's usually what we are seeing in ourselves. So how can you take even more responsibility of the integrity that's showing up and bring her closer? Because most people will push things away versus come closer and get curious, and seeing that she's willing to point out the blind spots that may be true, and recognizing that you may feel like something has been you did a mistake, asking yourself, hey, how can I get even more curious? Interesting. Something to think about. And then as a result, you start to discover that this is a teacher of yours, because what's feeling out of integrity that you're observing is actually something that you're seeing in yourself. And so then working together in that harmonious way where you can create an even closer relationship to see, okay, this is what I've been noticing. How can we work on this? What are the solutions? Versus most people will say, hey, this is a problem. I'm just going to push it to the side and I'm going to forget about it. Because this is the ultimate integrity, right? Integrity to bring her closer, to work through it. Because understanding that that mirror is actually a teacher for you.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you. Maybe something, maybe there's another opportunity to create a way to bring her closer. Maybe you can still learn. Maybe there's an opportunity to discover something even deeper within yourself.
Yes.
Because that, in my experience, is
Mhm.
the most freeing experience when we choose to say, what can I do better? How can I learn to add more value to this experience and discover ways to do even better? Because there's so much magic in learning, and that growth is so infinite and exciting.
Yes.
So it's really magical when we allow ourselves to learn.
Yes.
And I think sometimes when we're in it, we can't see it, right?
Yeah.
You're so in it, you don't have that outside perspective. And
Yeah.
I think actually Eric was sharing this the other day about when you have three people, when you add in another person that can be objective about it, like it can bring around some solutions you might not have thought about because
Mhm.
I just that really hit me when we were just talking about that, I think a day or two ago. So just to kind of affirm what Eric was saying, and I can think of past experiences where I was like that. I just saw it as this person isn't working out because, right, they're coming in late. It was just, there were so many things that I wasn't looking at, well, they're actually a mirror for me. And
Yeah.
how can I learn from this experience? I didn't have that back then. I didn't have that knowledge to even, my thing was, yeah, just get rid of them kind of and move on. But, looking back now, I can say I would do that differently now. And maybe your doubt, because you had some doubt after,
Mhm.
that's where you know, where there's a really good learning moment. Because if you just thought if you kind of let it go, yeah, this was the best decision, you probably wouldn't even be talking about it right now.
Yeah.
It's, you know, thanks for sharing because that, helps everybody. Definitely helps me.
Thank you. She was, she's very talented, and she approached to me. She said, she wants to learn from me, and I was very glad she did that. So I, trained her, and then to the point where I felt she can, complete the job independently. So I said, um, you can bill us now, and the process you learn from Pilar, who's in charge of operation, and then we bill monthly, and then she didn't bill immediately, and then after a few months, And she didn't talk to Pilar either. After a few months, she came to me, say, Jinhong, you know, 18,000. I said, what's $18,000? She said, I have been working with you for the last 6 months. And I think I should charge $18,000. I said, what? You said you want to learn from me, and I'm spending time training you, and you're watching me interacting with clients, and you want me to pay you? The agreement is you came and learn, and then when time for pay, I told you, you should start billing, and you agreed. Not necessarily agreed, you didn't say anything, but I was expecting you will send the bills, monthly to
So
Pilar, right? Go ahead.
So the expectation is already something that showed up.
Yeah.
Right? So expectation showed up. And as a leader, asking, and expressing and sharing, hey, what is it? This is the time every month, checking in, really communicating, having that connection regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And then having a clear agreement, making sure that clarity is so important, where both sides are just so happy and excited, where everyone is winning and growing and wanting to really achieve the success together, right? Because one thing that I've discovered, because remember, there's 4 levels of leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first leader is like a manager leader. Second leader is barter leader, or like the trader.
Mm-hmm.
Third leader is a servant leader, and then the fourth level is like a spiritual leader.
Mm-hmm.
So this trading barter leader, right? Like we have to pay more attention to see, hey, how are we actually making sure that we're benefiting the other person as well?
Mm-hmm.
Because from my perspective, a servant leader is really willing to actually make sure that even though you're teaching and adding value, you're still paying attention
Mm-hmm.
to their needs,
Mm-hmm.
meaning congruency, right? And so my hallucination is that this is where a lot of expectations aren't clear, and turning those expectations to appreciation really needs to be something that we can do even more, because everybody is our teacher and everybody is learning. As you've discovered, she had some great insight that she could teach you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
really,
And I think as a leader, I think I push away my responsibility to, this is my business, and I needed to communicate and manage these expectations or agreements. Like I never do these. I usually just kind of assume, and sometimes work well, sometimes it's misunderstood, and sometimes the expectations, the gap is very large. And then I see like, oh,
so Jinho,
this is
I
irreconcilable differences.
want to encourage you, brother. I
Yeah.
want to encourage you, first of all, something that Brenda always refers to, which I love, is the 4 Agreements, this book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say.
Please go ahead, Brenda. Yeah, because you
As you were talking, I'm like, because like for me, what I see in what you just said was you each were making assumptions,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an assumption. That is one of the agreements. Don't make assumptions, because what happens she's making an assumption, you're making an assumption, because there's not clarity. And I think I started this call with what was important for me right now is clarity. When it's clear, you don't need to make assumptions. And for her, there was no clarity. And probably for you, there was no clarity. You assumed you were providing education for her. She was assuming that there was some kind of monetary, value to what she was, like, you're each right in your own way. There's no right or wrong here. But it is that, if you haven't read the 4 Agreements, that is a very excellent book, because if you just stuck to those agreements, which are, be impeccable with your word, don't take things personally, always do your best, and don't make assumptions. Like, if you think of those 4 things, like, I'm really working on be impeccable with my word, because when you are saying something relating to somebody, that has a lot of impact. It has a lot of impact to yourself and to the people you are talking to. Even right now, trying to relate how I feel about what you just said. Like, it's important that my wording is what I'm saying is actually what I mean, which it is. I really feel like I just think if that one thing had been taken note of, then you probably wouldn't be here. Right. But we can only learn from, that was just a beautiful learning moment. Like, because think about what you're going to do next time, right? That won't happen again, because it was such a big, and when you said you just didn't feel good about it after, it's a good indication that you probably could, because this is on you, right? You're feeling it's on you. It's not what she did. It's you. You're taking responsibility.
Yeah.
So that's what I noticed from, and it's just a good reminder for me, like, because I'm hiring, somebody, and I have to bear that in mind myself. What kind of a leader am I going to be? So, thanks for being vulnerable and sharing that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for catching my unconsciousness.
I think, Brenda, you're an amazing leader, which is why you're so incredible. Like, always sharing so much wisdom.
Well, we're all a work in progress.
That's always learning.
And we're always learning from everybody. That's what I love, especially this scenario where people are willing to talk about stuff that they might not, typically want to talk about, because it's uncomfortable. And you might feel bad about yourself, and you might think, oh, I didn't do this right. But when we can share, because we're human, and we're making these, I'm not saying they're mistakes. They're opportunities for us to grow and learn. And that's.
Yeah, I think I jumped into conclusion about her integrity. I don't think she's, maliciously wanting to unreasonably enrich herself, but it's just that we have a different expectation, different assumptions.
Well, what would the benevolent sovereign leader do in that case?
Yeah.
Same time.
Sorry?
Erica, can you repeat?
What would the benevolent sovereign leader do in that experience?
I think have more patience to listen and talk through rather than jump into conclusion and making actions quickly. I think my reaction was also related to my past with people that I felt
Yeah.
some people, you know, kind of,
Taking advantage of you or?
yeah, and I kind of, overly intentionally kind of almost, manipulating me and defrauding me. And I become alert. Like if I see, potentially people start to manipulate. And in this
So,
case, I was feeling that she was, manipulating in the beginning, saying just want to learn, and then not talking about money exchange purposely to prolong for so long, uh, and then bring it up and then say, I owe her back pay. So I felt that was a manipulation, and
How do you feel about it now, though?
I still feel that. That's why I still feel lack of integrity. I still felt that.
Do you see that's really about you, not her?
Yeah, I mean I felt that's the agreement. She approached me
Jinhong,
saying that she
I'm,
wanted to learn from me.
I'm gonna stop you right now. You're back in the story. So,
Yeah.
really, but you're about to have a breakthrough. Are you ready?
Yeah, let me check if my 11 o'clock meetings will come.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
good.
More important, a breakthrough. You're so close.
So,
We can't leave it hanging.
uh,
Cancel that meeting.
okay, I don't think they're coming. They have a
Okay.
meeting.
Good,
Yeah,
Perfect.
keep going.
You're having a breakthrough.
Keep going.
instead.
Keep going. Yes, keep going.
So, my dear friend, okay,
Yeah.
there is so much wisdom in the experience that you're going through and the teaching that you've set off for yourself
hmm
because you created this avoidance pattern from the past
Yeah.
of not wanting to have this communication with her, and you're observing that you're thinking that she's the one that was avoiding the cost. She's the one that was avoiding the conversation. And
Yes.
did you step into that layer of saying, I need to talk about this because this is something that I'm seeing the value of. This is the choice that I'm choosing to step into. And the lack of integrity that you're seeing is the lack of integrity that you had in yourself for 6 months.
Yes. I was avoiding to talk about that. Yes.
Thank you. So it was never about her. It was about you choosing to not live with that choice of integrity, knowing that somebody is devoting themselves to your mission alongside you.
Say one more time.
So the manipulation is actually coming from your perspective, from your end. What you're
Yeah.
seeing in her is actually you manipulating the experience. Unconsciously, you didn't know, and have compassion to that experience. But what you're noticing, what you're seeing is the experience that you were having because you were the one that actually created it and avoided it.
Yes.
It's like the universe brings us these things that we need to learn. And you brought her into your life.
Yes.
So you learn from her. Because especially if you're holding, these old, stories and old, negative patterns inside, maybe you've repressed them, they're going to come out this way, right? They're going to come out. You want to avoid it. You don't talk about it. You're making assumptions that this is going to happen because that's kind of how you did it before. But underlying it all is like what you said about feeling taken advantage of, something like that, where
Yes.
that holding that as a pattern that has kind of happened in your life. And this is just another, that came up for you to see, yeah, look at the pattern. Somebody else is wanting to take advantage of me. But you're bringing it in because you've never let go of that, of those negative patterns from the past. And until you let go of that pattern of feeling like people are taking advantage of you, you will keep attracting people that will take advantage of you, or they will appear to be taking advantage of you.
Throughout the course of my journey, I have to tell you that this experience of life has become so magnificent that as a result of consistently wanting to give more than we ever expect to receive, my mind kept telling me, stop, why are you doing this? What's the point? Why, what? And then I realized, hey, how can I take even more responsibility of the situation that I'm living? I'm living on this planet Earth for a reason. We all have a reason. We are not just human beings. We are so much more infinite than that. And if we really trust in this benevolence wisdom that comes through us all, because our heart just beats without us thinking, then the level of energy that comes through us is infinite. If we choose to actually believe in that, and we choose to actually walk like we can experience that, then we will consistently give, and live with that level of passion and peace, knowing that as a result of that consistency, that focus, that devotion, that dedication to life, that there is nothing that anybody can take it from us, because we don't come from scarcity. We come from abundance, benevolence. That is who we are. That is who you are. And by choosing to step into that, and by having the conversation, by saying, hey, what can I do better? How can I serve you? What do you need? From that place, you're always open and receptive to learning from the magic of the universe. Because everybody is part of it.
I definitely see myself avoiding, pushing down, avoiding responsibilities, even just like to a point, like in a way to the point, it become an excuse that, hey, I'm not good at the operation and I don't want to do it. And all these things I push to, pillar. But the reality in other people's world, they are expecting, and reasonably expecting me as the owner of the firm to have conversations with them and make agreements and set expectations. It's my job to deal with these, and then I see myself, okay, why am I not willing to proactively, setting agreement with people.
You're
And
not
I-
stepping
So there,
into your sovereign king.
What?
Part of it could be you're not stepping into your sovereign king. That's my hallucination.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Like like, thank you for saying that. That's amazing. Thank you for saying. Brenda, that's your name.
Yep.
I mean, I mean, I appreciate so much the word you use, sovereign king.
Made you
My
laugh.
Yeah, yeah, am I a sovereign king? Like I mean, I always resisted for being a king. It's like always, as I don't want to be the number one. It's like always, I want to be the number two. And I mean, in, in this company, it's my own company. I created it. It's like I always want to hide.
Hide. Oh,
I
wow.
want. I always don't want. I always want to be the number two. Okay, let him just focus on speaking. Bring clients and working with the top clients for the creative strategies. And the fact is, it's my business. I still needed to manage people, manage a team. So,
But do
this
you?
is your playground.
Yeah, like, but just as you're speaking, I'm thinking, well, and I can relate because part of my work, I realized, like, I'm a real estate investor and I manage property. And I was kind of going along thinking, oh yeah, this is great. I love my work, and I'd be entrenched in my work. And I came to realize, no, there was a lot of low-level anxiety. Call it what it is. It's anxiety.
yeah,
And I was repressing it. So I wasn't really bringing it up. I would just, would just sit there and come out in these, nasty ways, impatience and, anger. And when I realized that, and when I could be honest with myself and really dig deep into my emotions, because I was not in tune with them. I was too much in my head, right? When I kind of got into my heart, it was so much easier to see how I was moving in the world. And when I'm hearing you and you're saying you're not good at operations and you want to be the number two and you want to speak and you kind of light up. It's like, well, you can have that. Like you could be, if your passion is speaking, and training people and using your knowledge to help people, I mean, you don't have to do operations. You can have somebody else do that. And that's like, I'm talking about myself as I'm speaking to you because I am the type of person that was in my past doing everything and doing it badly. Like, how can you do like 25 things and do great at everything? I mean, it's not easy it's not, I hate using that word again. Back then, that's how I saw it. Now, especially after doing a lot of soul searching and really staying in touch with my heart, I can say, oh, I can, and Erica's helped with this, just realizing you can do what you love. You don't have to, Brenda, go do all the showings and place the ads and answer everything on Facebook Marketplace. Like, And that's really basic stuff. Like, I don't need to be doing the basics, right? There's other people who will do 1,000 times better job than me. But because, like you, with these negative, call them what they are, emotions that are driving us, they're driving us to feel, to do things that really aren't really us. Like one of my commitments for 2025 is to allow myself to be me. I'm not going to care what other people think about me. I just want to be me and not apologize for it and not think, oh, I'm going to hurt that person's feelings. Or if I say this, they're going to get upset, and I don't want people to get upset. So I just want to be me. If I want to go on a Tony Robbins event, I'm just going to go on a Tony Robbins event because that's me. It's been me for freaking 40 years. So I'm not going to worry about what somebody's going to think about that. And I think just when you're talking, just being aware that it's okay to follow your passion. You don't have to be the operations person. There are people that probably can do it better than you, right? And if that's not, so for what I'm hearing you, when you have to fire that person, that is a stressful situation for you. Or maybe that's my hallucination. I mean, because you were second guessing yourself after and thinking maybe you made the wrong decision, that is one of those kind of, it creates anxiety. And I feel like we need to avoid those kind of situations at all costs. Like if things that are making us anxious or making us, when we don't have to, because there's somebody else that might do a better job of that. And I'm not saying, this is what you should do, because maybe part of what you want to do is still stay in operations. You still own the company. You have to oversee it. You can't just, become, somebody that's not responsible, but you still don't have to do that kind of work. And I'm reminding myself, I don't have to do that kind of work either. And that's just my hallucination.
If I may add to that too, because Brenda is bringing up the most important point, which is the part where you get to communicate with everybody. So if you see every opportunity, every person you meet as the stage, and you start communicating with that level of passion, devotion, and certainty that you would bring to the stage with each person, with that space of reverence, you become the greatest communicator. Because every person then in your organization is actually able to communicate with you. Mm-hmm. And they feel open. And so you're not doing all of any other thing. You're just having great conversation, which is really the essence of an owner. The essence of an owner is able to act, to lead. Servant is a servant leader. This is the interconnectedness where it meets. Because that level of leadership is still necessary, especially as an owner. And so, Jean Hong, if you want to step into the light, like you said at the beginning of the call, and if you choose to operate from a place of service, the first people that you need to serve are the people within your organization. And ultimately, that is the mirror of how you serve yourself. So influencing your own behavior, because you need to lead yourself first. To choose to see things of how you're going to show up with that infinite, outstanding level of integrity is what's going to show up. And brother, I feel that this is something that you're talking about tax strategies, you're talking about, finance, you're talking about wealth, These are things that people need to know about. And so this is a very huge responsibility. And instead of saying, oh, I have expectations, trade those expectations, throw them out, choose them, turn them into appreciation, create the requirements that are necessary as a great owner. And then as a result, that language pattern will start to actually, that pattern of language will show up in your pattern of psychology, so that the pattern of focus is absolutely certain where you're headed. And then you get to shine like the sun. Remember, the first stage is the people that you serve. The purpose is actually right in front of you first. That is your purpose. What's in front of you?
Yeah, good point.
Okay.
So if I may encourage you, are you sitting right now, brother?
Yeah.
Can you stand up?
Yeah.
Are you standing?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So like stretch out, do something to move your body, because you're back, like almost sleeping like this, almost. So if you can just like really get into a state of your body, like what would a sovereign king step into? How would he communicate with his team? What would that part of your essence show up with? Any place of certainty, where any environment, any expression, any experience shows up into to your reality, you could find a solution in a moment. Feel that. That is grace. Everything is figure outable.
Figure outable.
Yeah, fun word. Look at the joy on your face, bro. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we
I
finished
need to
talking,
give.
your face was like almost upside down frown. It was like, whoa.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I need to give her a call and apologize for judging.
Yay.
Wow.
Judging.
Wow.
Yay.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. It's totally based on my own past.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is remarkable that you're taking responsibility right away, saying, I'm
Right
going to
now.
take action now, because
Yeah.
the only thing that matters is now. That's our purpose now. So in this state, choose and continue to choose. I want to invite you to Edmonton for Business Mastery, because I think that from January 14th to January 22nd, you being with us, really stepping into this with an amazing team, amazing group, amazing individuals around. It would be amazing if you join us up here in Edmonton and make that happen as an owner. I believe that's maybe the next step for you to really encourage this space of ownership and certainty and devotion to what you're here to commit yourself to. So this is my encouragement. And if you choose to take that, you know, like as I tell JJ, it's, you know, the choices are always
January
ours.
14th to when?
To the 22nd.
Yeah. I took a teaching. It starts from January 6th, Monday, Wednesday. And this is just the beginning. I really shouldn't leave. Yeah. But thank
Well,
you for the invitation.
everything is in our ability to create a solution. It's always up to us. Remember this. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what your needs are, you know best.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I'll pass this time, and in the future, you know, we'll see. Yeah. I think the semester ends May 15, around that time, and then the next semester starts you know, I think either August 15th or like September 1st. So my summertime,
I think they have business mastery in August, don't they? Forget that.
yeah,
Yeah, there's one in August, and I believe there's gonna also be one. Oh no, that's RPM. That's in June.
yeah, keep me posted, you know, I'm sure you guys will send these in the group, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I'll watch out, yeah.
Jin Hong, I encourage you to jump on that feeling of calling her right now
Yeah,
and go
right
take
now.
action.
Yeah, I'll do it right now. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Have a
brother.
wonderful
You'll feel better.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Alex, I know that we haven't had a moment to catch up. Do you want to share any of your 2025 goals? I know we're over time, but I hope you don't mind.
We can, I would love to, but I think first of all, appreciate like, did you see just what just happened? Like the power of community, or like, it's just amazing. Like I'm blessed just to experience this. And Brenda, I don't know if you remember, of course you remember. There's some two prayers at the end of the four agreements. I only have the book in English, in German. So if you have the book there right now, maybe you could like just give a prayer. I think this is, for me, it's the best thing right now.
Let me see. I have it
I
on.
mean, one is for freedom and one is for love. And I've read this book four times, I guess, and listened to it many times. I think it's all covered just in many colors, and I wrote so many notes there. It's a profound book for me. And yeah, I think this is like right, the thing that I need most right now.
It's a wonderful book. It's a wonderful book. I know it. Someone gave it to me probably 15 years ago or something, right? And it's still in my bookshelf. I like it. It's one of the like it's a small book. The Four Agreements. I love it. It's good.
Yeah, it's a great book. Okay, I can read the prayer here. Well, there's a few of them. Prayer for freedom, prayer for love.
Let's do prayer for love.
Okay.
Since we're already all free.
Yeah, it's on, sorry. It's on my, I don't have a paper copy, so I'm trying to get this to enlarge up. Okay, here we go. We're going to share a beautiful dream together, a dream that you will love to have all of the time. In this dream, you're in the middle of a beautiful, warm, sunny day. You hear the birds, the wind, and a little river. You walk towards the river. At the edge of the river is an old man in meditation, and you see out of his head comes a beautiful light of different colors. You try not to bother him, but he notices your presence and opens his eyes. He has the kind of eyes that are full of love and a big smile. You ask him how he's able to radiate all that beautiful light. You ask him if he can teach you to do what he is doing. He replies that many, many years ago, he asked the same question of his teacher. The old man begins to tell you his story. My teacher opened his chest and took out his heart, and he took a beautiful flame from his heart. Then he opened my chest, opened my heart, and he put that little flame inside it. He put my heart back in my chest, and as soon as my heart was inside me, I felt intense love, because the flame he put in my heart was his own love. That flame grew in my heart and became a big, big fire, a fire that doesn't burn but purifies everything that it touches. And that fire touched each one of the cells of my body, and the cells of my body love me back. I became one with my body, but my love grew even more. That fire touched every emotion of my mind, and all the emotions transformed into a strong and intense love. And I love myself completely and unconditionally. but the fire kept burning and I had the need to share my love. I decided to put a little piece of my love in every tree, and the trees loved me back, and I became one with the trees. But my love did not stop. It grew more. I put a piece of love in every flower, in the grass, in the earth, and they loved me back. And we became one. And my love grew more and more to love every animal in the world. They responded to my love and they loved me back. And we became one. But my love kept growing and growing. I put a piece of my love in every crystal and every stone in the ground, in the dirt, in the metals, and they loved me back. And I became one with the earth. And then I decided to put my love in the water, in the oceans, in the rivers, in the rain, in the snow. And they loved me back, and we became one. And still my love grew more and more. I decided to give my love to the air, to the wind. I felt a strong communion with the earth, with the wind, with the oceans, with nature. And my love grew and grew. I turned my head to the sky, to the sun, to the stars, and put a little piece of my love in every star, in the moon, in the sun. And they loved me back. And I became one with the moon and the sun and the stars, and my love kept growing and growing. And I put a little piece of my love in every human, and I became one with the whole of humanity. Wherever I go, whoever I meet, I see myself in their eyes because I am part of everything, because I love. And then the old man opens his own chest, takes out his heart with that beautiful flame inside, and he puts a flame in your heart. And now that love is growing inside of you. Now you are one with the wind, the water, and the stars, with all of nature, with all the animals, with all the humans. You feel the heat and the light emanating from the flame in your heart. Out of your head shines a beautiful light of different colors. You are radiant with the glow of love, and you pray. Thank you, Creator of the universe, for the gift of life you have given me. Thank you for giving me everything that I have truly needed. Thank you for the opportunity to experience this beautiful body, this wonderful mind. Thank you for living inside me with all your love, with your pure and boundless spirit, with your warm and radiant light. Thank you for using my words, for using my eyes, for using my heart to share your love wherever I go. I love you just the way you are, and because I am your creation, I love myself just the way I am. Help me to keep the love and the peace in my heart and to make that love a new way of life, that I may live in love the rest of my life. Amen. That's a beautiful idea. On a day like this, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
It was wonderful.
Thank you so much, Brenda. Thank you for this suggestion, Alex.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was great.
Right.
Love is everywhere. It's like,
Yeah. Thank you for this call.
I think
I
with that, let's call it as a beautiful way to end.
yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Very inspiring again.
Yeah. That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Beautiful day and lots of rest.
Happy New Year.
Much
Happy New
love.
Year.